Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stamp with Anna. Happy New Year to you all. Today I am going to start a week's worth of projects using one of the new stamps that are featured in the Occasions catalog. It is called a Bubble Over, and it's a really cute set. It has a couple bottles, soda bottles or beer bottles, and it has some sentiments. May your day bubble over with happiness. Have a birthday brew. Your kindness is most refreshing. It really is adorable. And it, of course, it has some coordinating dies. There are dies for 2 bottles, and there are dies for the caps, dies for the labels, and dies for some bubbles, and a die for it's like a bottle cap and 2 straws. And today we're going to use the small bottle. On top of that, it's also part of a suite, and so it has paper that goes with it. It's called Bubbles and Fizz, and they're really some cute designs in it. And I love the colors, nice bright colors. There's Daffodil Delight, there's Key Lime Twist, Lemon Lime Twist. Oh, I'm so sorry, I always call that Key Lime Twist. There's Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, I believe is the red. Yes, it's a great set. And I'm also kicking off this week my first Stamp of the Month Kit Club, and I'm also featuring this set. This is the way the kit works, the club works. It's a non-committal. You do not have to, you're not obligated to do it every month. It's whenever you want. If you buy the stamp that is the stamp of the kit, stamp of the month, excuse me, when I get notice from, you buy it from my online store, when I get notice from Stampin' Up that you have bought that, I then ship out to you all of the supplies, the paper, the ribbon, anything that needs to be die cut or dry embossed. I ship all that out to you to make the 3 cards that I feature in a special private video. You get all those supplies for free. So you buy the set and I give you some supplies. This is not one of the cards that is in the set. This week I am just doing 3 cards using this set, which I like. So if you like these 3 cards that I'll be featuring this week, you do have until the 10th of January to order the bundle from me, and you will get supplies to make 3 additional cards. So you can see these cards that I'm making, and then you can get supplies for 3 more cards. Hop on over to my blog at www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com, and you'll be able to find more information about the kit. But anyway, today I want to get started on this card. I made this card, and it's more feminine. It has, Blushing Bride, Daffodil Delight, and I put a little pearl in it. But I'm going to take this card and I'm going to make it into a masculine card. And I'm going to also change the orientation. This one flips up this way. And I'm going to make one that opens this way. So I want to show you just how much you can change so many designs. When you see something online that you like, don't feel like you have to make it exactly that same way. So this card is going to go, it's a window card, and I'm just going to rearrange how I do that. So what I'm going to use for supplies is a piece of Daffodil Delight. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White, and these are both cut at 4 by 5 1/4. One's for the matting layer on the front, and one goes on the inside. Then I'm going to use a piece of this DSP that comes from the paper pack in this suite, and this is cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So that is how it's going to look like that. Then we're going to use from the Layering Ovals set, we're going to use these 2. We're going to make a cutout, and I'm going to cut those out on basic gray, and that is going to make my frame. And how did I come up with these colors? Well, let me show you. So the back of this paper has all these great bottles on it, and you'll see that the bottles are the same size as the die. The small die will cut these. Let me show you the larger die. The small die will cut out the smaller bottles, and the large die will cut out the larger bottles. So I think that's a great feature of this this Thinlet set. So I decided to use this bottle right here. I'm going to use this one here, and that's where I got my color scheme from. The color of the bottle, which is Daffodil Delight, is the color of my background, and in this case the color of my bottle was pink, was Blushing Bride, so my background is Blushing Bride. Then I used white, and I used the same designer series paper. Then the color of this label is the color that my frame is going to be. As in this one, the color of this label was Daffodil Delight, so I made my frame Daffodil Delight. The color of my bottle is going to be the color of my sentiment. So this bottle is Daffodil Delight. I'm going to stamp this in Daffodil Delight. So that's how the work was already done for me. All my colors were right here in this bottle. If I wanted to, I could probably pull in a little bit of this color here as well. I don't know what color that is. It's not, this is Bermuda Bay. I don't know what color that is. I'd probably say that's Pool Party or something. But I could have picked that out, but I didn't. I chose to keep that just as a an accent. So the first thing I'm going to do is with my snips, I'm going to just trim. I'm going to be careful as I'm trimming because I don't want to cut into any other bottles. I'm going to trim this bottle out. You could even fussy cut it if you want, rather than using the framelit, but I'm not a fussy cutter. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to run that through my Big Shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my bottle all die cut out, and I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to assemble my card to make my window. So on the front of my card, I'm going to take my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to attach that to my card base. God, we're having such a cold spell here in Massachusetts, and my craft room is down my basement. It's an unfinished basement, and I have a space heater, but it's so cold it's not keeping up with the cold. My hands are a little stiff. That on top of my arthritis. And I'm going to attach the bubbles paper right here, and that's a smaller little border on that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my okay, so now I have this all situated. Now I need to cut out my hole. And on this one, I cut it out. I made the card standing up, and I cut it out. On this one, I'm making my card open up this way, so I'm going to cut it out right about here. So now I have my two ovals that nest. I'm just going to use the small oval, and I'm going to line this up right here and run it through my Big Shot. Now, when I run it through my Big Shot, because I have 3 pieces of paper, I have 2 pieces of cardstock and a piece of DSP, it's a little thick. So I'm going to run it through back and forth a couple times to make sure that I have a clean cut. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back, and I have that all cut out. Now I need to make my frame. And what I'm going to do for my frame is I'm going to use that same small oval, and I'm going to nest it with the oval that is larger. See how they nest nicely? And I'm going to position that on my scrap basic gray, and I'm going to run that through. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I have my little gray frame. Now I'm going to attach that, and I'm going to use a little bit of my glue pen, excuse me. I could use the fine tip from Stampin' Up, but I didn't have it readily handy. So I'm just going to attach attach that right there, and see it fits perfectly. Okay, so now the top of our, a little bit of adhesive here, the top of our card is done. Now I'm going to attach the inside to my card. I'm going to center that right there. And now I'm going to close it. And I'm going to come in with the pencil that has a good eraser because I don't want it to leave any marks. And I'm lightly going to mark that. So now when I come in and stamp my sentiment, let me make sure this is clean for my other one. When I come in to stamp my sentiment, I know it has to go within that circle, that oval. So for that, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. You could use basic gray, but it might pick up on, yeah, I'm going to stay with Daffodil Delight. I'm not going to change my design. All right, so I'm going to ink that up nice. And I'm going to center this right inside that circle, that oval. And it just fits. Okay. So there it says, may your day bubble over with happiness. Now I'm going to come around and I'm going to erase those pencil marks. And you really do need to have a good eraser, a good pencil and a good eraser so you don't leave any marks. Now I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera, but when I closed this, I thought there was too much space here and that wasn't sitting well with me. So what I did, I don't know if you can see that, I stamped the image of all the bubbles around that, and I heat emboss it with clear. You could do it with white, it would be white on white, but I thought I would do it subtly and do it with clear. So what I'm going to do is bring in my Versamark ink, and I am just randomly going to stamp around that sentiment. And I'm sure you can't see this because it is Versamark. I can barely see it. Put another one right here. And then I'm going to go a little over the top of it. Another one right here. And maybe one more in this corner. I don't want to overdo it. Now I'm going to come in and sprinkle that with clear embossing powder. And I'm going to heat set that. Now, like I said, it's clear on white, so it's very, very subtle. You really can't see it. I could have done it in pink. I could have done it in like a smoky slate, but I chose to do it in the clear because I thought that would just, it was just subtle, and that's what I wanted, a subtle look. So I'm going to heat emboss this, and then I'll come back. I don't want you to have to sit and wait for it to happen. Okay, everything is all heat embossed, so I don't know if you can see that. It just subtly shines there. So that's the inside of our card. Now I'm going to go back to my little bottle that I die cut out. Okay, found my bottle. I was beginning to panic there for a minute. So now I have my bottle that I've die cut out, and I'm going to attach it with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put some minis on it. And I'm going to put quite a few because I do want this to stand up nicely. 2, 3, 4, and one more right here. God, it's so cold here in Massachusetts. We are having such a cold spell. I really can't complain because we had a nice mild November. And I'm going to just offset that just a tiny bit. There we go. And I like that. Looks very different from this one. You know what? I'm going to be right back because I'm going to add something to this one. Okay, I thought it needed a little something else. So what I did was I have some basic gray baker's twine. And I'm just going to tie some around the neck of that bottle, just to make it a little more masculine. On this other one here, I put a little pearl in the heart. And on this one, since it's a masculine, I'm not going to put that there. So I just added that, just to change it up, give the bottle a little more dimension. And there we go. Aren't those cute? And like I said, you could, when you see a card that's made in one orientation, don't be scared to turn that orientation around and change it up a little bit. The cards are made exactly the same. I picked the colors in the exact same way based on the bottle that I die cut, but the cards are very different. So if you enjoyed this card, and if you are interested in this stamp set, I would recommend that you purchase it before January 10th through my online store, and you can get to that through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. You'll find a tab that says shop. And if you buy this bundle, and excuse me, if you buy this bundle, when I get notification from Stampin' Up that you have purchased the bundle, I will send you all of the supplies to make 3 additional cards. So you'll have some inspiration in today's card, Wednesday's card, and Friday's card, plus an additional 3 cards. Later on today, I will be posting just a snapshot of what the cards look like. I'm not going to get into detail about the cards, but if you do order it and you do get the supplies from me, I will give you access to a private YouTube video so that you can see exactly how to put the cards together, and you can do it whenever you want at your convenience. Again, the stamp set is bubble over, and it comes with coordinating die, which is called Bottles and Bubbles, and it has coordinating paper, which is called Bubbles and Fizz. Lots of bubbles. So, again, if you have any questions about this project or any of the products I use, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you do not have a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator you work with, I'll be glad to send you a complimentary occasions catalog. I can't show you what's inside the catalog today, but Wednesday, which is January 3rd, is the day that the catalog goes live, and I'll be able to actually open the page of the catalog up and show you this bundle in the catalog. So thanks so much, and be sure to come back on Wednesday. Bye-bye.